हेलो स्टूडेंट्स, मेरा नाम मुस्तईज़ आलम, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इकोनॉमिक्स, नंदलाल सिंह कॉलेज, दाऊदपुर। आज हम लोग पढ़ेंगे द लॉ ऑफ डिमांड। डेफिनेशन ऑफ डिमांड। डिमांड refers to the willingness and ability of consumers to purchase a given quantity of a good or service at a given point in time or over a period in time. In economics, demand is formally defined as effective demand, meaning that it is a consumer want or a need supported by ability to pay, namely a budget derived from disposable income. Income provides individuals with a purchasing power which they exercise in a market through effective demand. The law of demand. The law of demand expresses a relationship between quantity demanded and its price. It may be defined in Marshall's words as the amount demanded increases with a fall in price and diminishes with a rise in price. यानी किसी वस्तु का मांग उसके कीमत बढ़ने के साथ घटेगा और कीमत कम होने पर बढ़ेगा. Thus, it expresses an inverse relationship between price and demand. The law refers to the direction in which quantity demanded changes with a change in price. On the figure, it is represented by the slope of the demand curve, which is normally negative throughout its length. The inverse price-demand relationship based on other things remaining equal. This phrase points towards certain important assumptions on which this law is based. OY axis represents price and OX axis represents quantity, and D curve represents demand curve. Assumptions of the law of demand. Number 1, there is no change in the tastes and preferences of the consumer. Number 2, the income of the consumer remains constant. Number 3, there is no change. There is no change in customs. Number 4, the commodity to be used should not confer distinction on the consumer. Number 5, there should not be any substitutes of the commodity. Number 6, there should not be any change in the prices of other products. Number 7, there should not be any possibility of change in the price of the product being used. Number 8, there should not be any change in the quantity of the product. And number 9, the habits of the consumer should remain unchanged. Given these conditions, the law of demand operates. If there is change in even one of these conditions, it will stop operating. Given these assumptions, the law of demand is explained in terms of Table 1 and Figure 7. Here is a demand schedule. Prices on the one side, prices are given, and on the other side, quantity demanded. At rupees 5, quantity demanded is 100, and at rupee 4, quantity demanded is 4. At rupee 3, quantity demanded is 300. At rupee 2, quantity demanded is 400, and at rupee 1, quantity demanded is 600. As the price of the commodity decreases, the quantity demanded similarly increases. Here price OY axis represents price for unit in rupees, and OX axis represents quantity demanded, and D1 curve represents demand curve. Demand curve. The above table shows that when the price of say orange is 5 rupee 5 per unit, 100 units are demanded. If the price falls to rupee 4, the demand increases to 200 units. Similarly, when the price declines to rupee 1, the demand increases to 600 units. On the contrary, as the price increases from rupee 1, the demand continues to decline from 600 units. In the figure, point P of the demand curve DD1 shows demand for demand in the figure point P demand curve DD1 shows demand for 100 units at the rupee 5. As the price falls to rupee 4, rupee 3, rupee 2 and rupee 1, the demand rises to 200, 300, 400 and 600 units respectively. This is clear from the point Q, R, S and T. Thus the demand curve DD1 shows increase in demand of orange when its price falls. This indicates the inverse relations between price and demand. Exception of the law of demand. In certain cases, the demand curve slopes up from left to right. It has a positive slope. Under certain circumstances, consumers buy more when the price of commodity rises and less when price falls, as shown by the D curve in figure 8. Many causes are attributed to an upward sloping demand curve. If shortage is feared in anticipation of war, people may start buying for building stocks or for hoarding even when the price rises. Number second, depression. During a depression, the price of commodities are very low and the demand for them is also less. This is because of the lack of purchasing power with consumers. Number 3, Giffen paradox. If a commodity happens to be necessity of life like wheat and its price goes up, consumers are forced to curtail the consumption of more expensive foods like meat and fish, and wheat being still the cheapest food, they will consume more of it. The Marshallian example is applicable to developed economies. In the case of an underdeveloped economy, with the fall in the price of an inferior commodity like maize, consumers will start consuming more of the superior commodity like wheat. As a result, the demand for maize will fall. This is what Marshall called the Giffen paradox, which makes the demand curve to have a positive slope. Number 4, demonstration effect. If consumers are affected by the principle of conspicuous consumption or demonstration effect, they will like to buy more of those commodities which confer distinction on the possessor when their prices rise. On the other hand, with the fall in the price of such articles, their demand falls. It is the case with diamonds. Number 5, ignorance effect. Consumers buy more at a higher price under the influence of the ignorance effect, where a commodity may be mistaken for some other commodity due to deceptive packing label, etc. Number 6, speculation. Marshall mentions speculation as one of the important exception to the downward sloping demand curve. According to him, the law of demand does not apply to the demand in a campaign between groups of speculators. When a group unloads a great quantity of a thing on the market, the price falls and the other group begins buying it. When it has raised the price of the thing, it arranges to sell a great deal quietly. Thus, when price rises, demand also increases. Number 7, necessities of life. Normally, the law of demand does not apply on the necessities of life such as food, cloth, etc. Even the price of these goods increases. The consumer does not reduce their demand. Rather, he purchases them. Even the prices of these goods increase, often by reducing the demand of comfortable goods. This is also a reason that डिमांड कर्व स्लोप्स अपवर्ड्स टू द राइट। थैंक यू। ये था लॉ ऑफ डिमांड।